Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Down, 30 base, 653. Three buck.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Well, if you look at this Week 1 matchup on paper and you see the Titans' name next to the Browns' name, you're thinking, there can't be much history there. But if you factor in that the Titans used to be the Houston Oilers, well, there is good history there because these two franchises were division rivals in the old AFC Central. That was before the 2002 NFL realignment. So there is history, albeit way back in the rearview mirror.
On second and 10, Tannehill. He finds Corey Davis. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down from the 32 now. Here's first and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a second and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, here's Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down, Titans, gain of 12. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great.
And that is caught. Walker, touchdown Titans. Delaney Walker there to make the grab. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
The Browns take over. Let's go, boys. Bring it up. At their own 25-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with...
And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 65 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And the Titans first down.
This is Dion Lewis now in his 9th NFL season. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
They'll try the right side with Henry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Set. 10 Lobo. He's coming. Check in. Watch the slant. Five.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown.
And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Tannehill staying out there. They're going to go on fourth down. Here we go on fourth. Tannehill. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on fourth down. And this Browns defense stands tall. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Hey, alert 33.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and...
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
Run.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 48 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and the lead is up to 8. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Titans take over first and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Ready up.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points. So they've got it into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama, Mack Wilson. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Rip right.
Following the interception, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Watch the ship. Run. Up.
Mayfield off the play fake. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Trying to get it to Landry there. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Tannehill now to throw, and they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18, and he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry there to make the grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because
blitz coming, and down he goes. Malcolm Butler dialed the corner blitz and earned the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first 2 selections at number 1 and 4 in the first round, but they circled back in the second round and got a really good one to Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke off a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is, and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
On third down, Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A first down throw for Mayfield. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They begin with Henry. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, read. So we got man. 61, max 5.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama, Mack Wilson. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's caught. Beckham. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Mayfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama, Mack Wilson. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
From the 15 now after the sack, it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Mayfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. And they will find Davis. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go.
To throw, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the 2nd half. Here's Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Mayfield now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Tight end right, tight end right. 3 down. 3 down.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down. And he'll find Hall. Oh, he's got some breathing room. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Mayfield tosses one complete to Landry. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Mayfield now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the rookie from Iowa, Amani Hooker. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
A first down carry for Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 6-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Bravo.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football.
And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 40. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards.
Pilot, 64, weak.
On first down, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for the rookie A.J. Brown there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Tannehill sets up the screen to Lewis. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
And the Titans first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And Walker has it. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Complete to Delaney Walker. A gain of 3. Brings up 2nd down at the 15-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tannehill. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage that time by Malcolm Butler.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Now Tannehill, and now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Mike 15. Mike 15. Get your swarm on.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Here's Tannehill. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama, Mack Wilson. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the third time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Mayfield to throw it, and that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Kirksey. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Tannehill completes it to Davis. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. On 1st and 10, Mayfield under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. It's caught by OBJ. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. We're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. This will be called about the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Keep in mind they can still get a 1st down here as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Throwing. Mayfield under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Jeffrey Simmons in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Get that quarterback at all costs.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys.
Will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they sports.